so that there's enough room for cement to go around it. Okay, so I've counted. You just simply count 88, and the place that has 88 squares is right here. So I have a grinder, and I'm going to cut those squares. Now the secret to this is you need this wire to remain and this wire here to be perfectly square so you can fold it over. So let me cut it. Okay, so now you have a circle like this, and if you see closely, this edge is perfectly square, and this edge has all the nibs left over. So these nibs allow me to fold it into this one. So I will show how that's done. So I simply take a pair of good pliers, hold it towards me, and I bend every single one over. So we counted 88 squares, 88 of these squares, and every time it works out because the planter has, even if you have more of these molds, the planters always have the same diameter. And you bend them over only on a 90-degree angle. You don't go any further because it makes it harder then to wrap them into this part. And this looks really clean when you do it like this. Okay, everything's bent. So then we basically put the two cuts on a strong surface or a good surface, the two ends together, line them up perfectly, shove them here so they're nice and tight. You start to get a few of them done. A lot of times I do this with a hammer, but you can also do it very easily with the pliers. And as you see, it's not very complicated to do. You can get them in very quickly. And the first one is the other way, so I just basically fold it towards the center. So I do 10 on one side, and then I switch over to the other side, because then you know that it's closed. Line them up perfectly. And it's really important to line them up because it's hard to fix if you make a mistake. Tighten it up a bit. And the moment you got your first one in, it's a lot easier. This metal is triple galvanized, so you'll get many years out of it. Okay, so what I do is I pancake it a bit so it gets nice and round. And the nice thing about this is cement firms it up even more. So you check, make it perfectly round. Then you work with these planters. They're called, the brand is Kangaroo, and basically it's for mixing cement or feeding animals. So this basically goes inside there, and that's how easy it is to finish the process of getting these planters ready to be filled with cement. Now the secret to this filling is that you put a half a shovelful all the way around first and then work your way up by filling it up. And that gives this a much better diameter. And this probably is one of the nicest planters you could ever make. And then what we do, we'll show in photos, is we actually cut out a window here. And this window allows you to go in and plant and weed and all that stuff. And the plants can grow up here. Okay, so we're gonna make a potato tower. These are our cages that we make for tomatoes and for potatoes and all kinds of nightshades. So today we're going to set up our potato tower. We're gonna put four potatoes around, and we're gonna make sure that the eyes are facing out. Then we're gonna fill it up with another 6 inches. Some dirt will come out, we're not worried about that, we're gonna clean it up. So we're gonna go another 6 inches, put another row of 4, then another 6 inches, and so on. So we're gonna get started to lay this out. And I'm gonna actually let this to start to grow so we can actually see how it looks and how it works when you have the potato leaves coming out of the sides and covering this whole thing. These are quite attractive. It's a feature in your small space garden. It's a real trick to get out of the ground vertically, saving space. This has a huge advantage for us because we have so much rain here. This makes this very dry and very suitable for us to grow. We get more crop per square footage when we grow vertical like this. Make sure to watch the full video at Paradise Builders. We show you how to make planters. We show you these gardening projects that can save you money and generate lots of food for you. So stay tuned, watch our videos, and learn from us these tricks of the trade to make, for example, these potato or tomato cages so you can grow lots of food in your small yard. We like to water in between just so we get water to get all the way down to the bottom. This is our own compost, worm compost mix, so it's a bit brown. If you don't put marigolds on top, you're missing out. So we're gonna put some marigolds here, squish them into place, just to make sure we keep the pests away and make this tower a little bit more attractive right from day one. We're really fortunate we have all these plants in our yard. We don't really have to go out and buy anything. So that makes it so much easier. Now we just have to clean up and wait for the potatoes to start to come out of the sides of this planter. This caging. If you were to do this with annuals, you could take a pair of cutters, wire cutters, and you could basically cut some holes in here, bend it in with a hammer or with your hands, and then put the annual inside there. And you'd get a beautiful tower of annuals. Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks in our potato cage. We have the potatoes coming out everywhere. If I waited probably another 2 weeks, this would be completely covered in potato sprouts. I noticed we've had a lot of wind, and you have to sort of keep this nice and moist because this soil is very exposed to the wind and the sun. So it requires a little bit more watering than regular in the ground potatoes. But if you have very little space, these vertical cages are really good for many different fruits and vegetables. So I'm showing in the video how we made these planter cages. So make sure to watch how it was made. This will definitely have a great result for reducing the square footage by coming up into the air.